Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Solid Rock, Minnesota podcast, a place to swing by for a brief moment for some stories or news and things to ponder. It's a place to take a small pause from your busy life. So grab yourself some coffee or a mug of tea or a pop, as we like to call it here in the North Country, and kick back for a moment. Take a breather. A few weeks ago, our son, daughter-in-law, and their 6 kids, ages 6 to 16, set out for El Paso, Texas. About 2 or 3 months ago, he had informed us that he had accepted a job down in Texas, 1,200 miles away. For the past 2 years or so, they've been living downstairs in the apartment-like lower level of our house. They had bought a used camper trailer, and they renovated it completely to accommodate their big family. They were selling their belongings or giving stuff away that they figured they wouldn't need in Texas. You know, things like skis, hockey skates, the winter climate stuff, and furniture that wouldn't be needed while living in their camper. The plan was to load up the truck, pulling the camper, and the SUV that my daughter-in-law would drive and follow behind the camper. Another family moving from Alaska to El Paso would also be caravanning down with them in their large RV. They have 4 kids making the trip with them. Trying to get the lives of 8 people in that small area was really a challenge, but they did manage to get it all they wanted packed up. And for the past few weeks before they left, when I was outside, many vehicles were pulled up into our driveway looking for their purchase off Marketplace. Usually one of the grandkids would be out and show them where to drive to get to their place out in the back of the house. At one point, when we came home one afternoon, there were 5 trucks in a line out back to pick up their stuff. For several weeks, our yard had become like a Walmart parking lot. The only thing missing was the shopping carts and corrals around the yard. But we did have 2 campers on the outer edge of the yard, just like Walmart has overnight campers on the perimeter of their parking lots. Well, most everything was sold, or they were able to give it away, and we finally and officially had to say goodbye to each other. Fighting back my tears for a few seconds and then just full-out ugly crying, I said goodbye. My 10-year-old granddaughter and I clung to each other as we both sobbed. The others just kind of looked on. Her and I have the same feelings when it comes to saying goodbye, just not knowing when we'll be together again. So we held each other and wept, and wiping each other's tears away as they fell down our cheeks, and just the others watched us kind of uncomfortably. Like I said, we call it ugly crying. This was more like ugly sobbing. When all the goodbyes were said and the final Minnesota instructions were given to my son and daughter-in-law to watch out for deer, they were driving up the barn road to the gravel and then onto the highway to start their 1,200-mile journey. And I was left standing by myself in the yard, sobbing, while I prayed for their safety in all things. It took several minutes as I walked back to the house before I stopped sobbing. I hate goodbyes of any kind. It causes me uncertainty in knowing when or if I'll ever see that person again. They're one of my worst tasks in life. I am eventually able to suck it up and do the stoic Swede thing and dry my eyes and carry on with life. That or I'm completely dehydrated from ugly crying. I have no idea which yet. But I am able to basically suck it up eventually and do the stoic Swede thing and dry my eyes and carry on with life. That or I'm completely dehydrated from ugly crying and have no more tears left. I haven't quite figured out which yet. It's been a few weeks since they left. They made it safely to El Paso and have set up camp with their Alaskan friends and are living in a trailer for right now till they can find a place to live. And as for me here in the North Country, I'll be just fine. Fall has been creeping into Minnesota a little bit every day. The mornings and evenings are cooling down into the 50s mostly, and the days stay around in the 70s. Leaves have started turning colors in some spots, and the garden's producing the last of the little bit of produce from a drought-stricken summer. Fall is always a reminder to me that nothing stays the same, just like in life. The house feels very quiet these days, almost silent. No more dishes clanking downstairs, no more surround sound explosions in a movie that had me run into the deck to see if the barn was on fire. No more grandkids playing soccer in the backyard, and no one on the squeaky swing going slowly back and forth in the evening at night. Nope, just quietness. I sometimes worry I may not survive the deafening silence around here. And then it happens. The farm behind us is out in the field taking in the crops with their old diesel tractor that chugs and sputters up and down the many rows of corn planted out in the field by us. And the neighbor to our east, he'll come out with all of his pistols and rifles and semi-automatic guns, and he'll do some target practice. It'll sound like the 4th of July and fireworks going off here and there until the grand finale when he fires his semi-automatics. One round after another until all the magazines are empty. And then the silence once again. I've realized this week that I will survive these changes, even those that seem so hard. I'll be okay having a vacant downstairs and empty backyard. I can maybe even come to embrace the quietness. But for right now, I have the TV on, CNN, and it's droning in the background. And I've been talking to my new best friend, Alexa. Although in my world, her name is Ziggy. And I had to unplug her while I did this podcast because she kept going off every time I said Ziggy. I've asked Ziggy about the weather here in El Paso, Nashville, and Spokane, where 3 of the 4 kids live. I even have asked Ziggy to tell me jokes, just for the noise. Here's one. Why was the peach so mean? It had a heart of stone. All right, not great jokes, but it is noise. Yeah, time to move on and enjoy life, be it quiet or noisy. As my daughter and kids pull up the driveway coming by for a visit, the dogs start barking to announce someone's here. I hear the chatter of the kids walk up the driveway. The yard is coming to life, even if it's just for a little while. It's music to my ears. With all the changes and craziness lately, there's one thing I know for certain. Whether the kids are far away or close at hand, be it silent or so noisy that I can't even think straight, I have a family to love, and my family has me. I'm not sure there's anything better than loving others and feeling another's love. I go to sleep every night knowing, because of this, I'm a blessed woman. Thanks for listening to the Solid Rock, Minnesota podcast. Time is precious, and we're very grateful and appreciate the time you have taken to give us a listen. If you'd like more information about Solid Rock, Minnesota, or you'd like to hear some of our other podcasts, you can find them, along with our blog and Monday morning music, at our website, www.solidrockminnesota.com. You can also contact us there if you'd like your free Solid Rock, Minnesota bumper sticker. Just message us a place to send it, and we'll pop it in the mail. Until next time, may you be filled with life, love, laughter, family, and friends, people who truly know you. Many blessings.